Good evening, Raider Nation. Once again, welcome to Mollenkopf Stadium. Tonight, your Warren G. Harding Raiders take on the Boardman Spartans. Raiders coming in at 1-4, the Spartans at 3-3. This is the last game of our homestand before we go on the road for a couple of weeks. Tom Bird once again here with Eddie Colbert. Eddie, how's it going this evening?
Good, Tom. It's good to be back and hopefully get to see another Harding win tonight.
Harding coming off that 400-yard rushing performance against Ashtabula Lakeside last week. Hopefully we can keep that ground game going again.
Yeah, they had a great 1-2 punch last week. You assume that Coach Arnold and the coaching staff is going to show a lot of that to Boardman tonight. Way to get off the schneid, get that first win against a much improved Lakeside team than we've seen in previous years.
We got a Boardman team who I believe started off the season with 3 straight wins. Now they're riding a 3-game losing streak, so I'm sure they're looking to get off that skid.
Yeah, Harding, suffered some losses earlier in the year, and Boardman had some successes earlier in the year, and looks like they're both, this is a week for both of them to try to get back on track.
Getting ready to see the Raiders take the field, just a couple minutes away from kickoff. National anthem, and then we're going to be ready to go. And here come your Raiders, ladies and gentlemen.
And to honor America, please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your hats as tonight's colors are being presented by the 910 Airlift Wing Base Color Guard stationed at the Youngstown Air Reserve Base in Vienna. And now, fans, let's welcome 2006 Miss Ohio and 2011 Miss Ohio America, Melanie Murphy Miller, to perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombers singing gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
And it looks like the Harding return team will take the field. Harding's going to get the ball first to open up tonight's game. K'Ron Adams and Giovanni Washington back deep to receive the opening kickoff. Boardman kick team getting set to head on out. Here they come. We're getting ready to roll.
On the kickoff for the Spartans, number 88, Tommy Frida.
Tommy Frida set to put the ball in play for the Spartans. And we're back to a nice warm and muggy night after a cool evening last weekend.
Yeah, the temperature's a little warmer than it was last week. And like we talked about last week, the players, they don't really feel the cold much, but we'll watch as this game progresses to see if that humidity has any effect on the teams.
Frida with a low kick, taken by one of the up people. Number 32. Neil Bavakwa with the, that's Boardman's number 32. Tyler Day. Tyler Day with a nice return, brings the ball out to about the 46-yard line where Harding's going to set up with a good field position to start.
Now we saw a little wrinkle last week in that Harding offense where they'd put the big man, I believe it was number 76 in the backfield, to provide that lead block for Adams and Washington. It ended up being a real big night for both of them. We'll see if they stick with that same game plan.
They have both K'Ron Adams and Giovanni Washington in the backfield. That's a little different look. And Frazier back to pass right off the bat. He's got a man open, and he hits him at the 25-yard line.
You know, a great way for the Harding Raiders to come out. You know, all week Boardman's been watching that film from last week against Lakeside. Saw how Adams and Washington, just a 1-2 punch with that running game. He knew they were prepared for it. He comes out with both running backs, and right off the bat runs a play that they weren't expecting, had a wide open receiver downfield.
Frazier to Jeremy Wilson on the opening play. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Adams, and there was a little mix-up on the handoff, a fumble, and Boardman is going to fall on that one, and they're going to take over 1st and 10 at the 25.
Yeah, that's unfortunate after you hit a big play like that, and as we saw last week, Harding did a great job of establishing that running game. They came out this game, started out with something we didn't see a lot of last week with an effective pass play, and it's unfortunate to see a turnover on a 2nd down. We're going to have to see what the defense can do now to hold Boardman to a 3-and-out.
And again, that was a brand new formation that they obviously just put in this week. We haven't seen both those backs in at the same time all year.
Now this is different.
Number 8, Mike Ohoro, quarterback for the Spartans in the shotgun, 3 receivers right. And he looks right and throws immediately. Screen pass, first tackle misses. And that looks to be enough for a Boardman 1st down. Actually about 9, going to make it 2nd and 1. Ball pass is complete to Alex Huzika.
Harding had that play sniffed out, but he was able to elude that first tackler and end up with a big play for Boardman.
1st down and 10, the ball's on the 36-yard line.
Boardman appears to be spreading that offense out early. Hurl drops back again. He's got a man over the middle and a little bit high. Ball falls incomplete. That first play was a 1st down. Incomplete pass is going to make it 2nd and 10 at the Boardman 36-yard line.
Number 7, Troy Jacobin. 3rd down and 10, ball's on the 36-yard line.
Hurl drops back once again. Screen right. And that's fielded pretty well by the Harding defense. Pass complete to number 3, Dominic Jennings.
Yeah, great open field tackle out there. I believe it was Washington going both ways tonight. Great open field tackle, able to keep that to a short gain with something that could have been a big run for Boardman there.
And once again, both Washington and Adams in there at linebacker. And they were a big factor on defense last week, just as well as they were on offense. O'Horo back to pass once again. He's got some pressure. And he has to rush that one, and that ball falls incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th and long. So after that Harding fumble, they force a quick punt on Boardman.
It looked like that was Tayron Jackson that put the pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to throw that ball in the dirt. But an excellent job by the defense to get off the field, get the ball back into the hands of that explosive Harding offense.
Nice high punt by the Boardman kicker. Fielded at the 25-yard line. And that looks like Art Wilson. He's got some running room. And Wilson's going to break it. Wilson at the 20. And Jeremy Wilson's going to take that punt 75 yards for the Raiders.
Just like that, Harding on the board with a 6-0 lead. He hit that outside. He had a couple blockers. You could see it from here. All he had to do was cut back to that corner of the end zone, and he was gone. Great way to erase that early turnover for Harding.
Good to see those blockers hold their positions and stay in front of their man instead of get somebody from behind and call that one back. Clean play. That's exactly what the Raiders needed. Michael Kloss on to attempt the extra point. And that one is tipped. And no good. 10-14 to go in the first quarter, and the Raiders take a 6-0 lead off a 75-yard Jeremy Wilson punt return.
It's a great run back by the kicker. We'll see if that missed extra point comes back later to haunt the Harding team.
Michael Kloss has done a nice job on those extra points. Got that one, looked like kicked it maybe just a little bit low into the line.
Care to the community. Care that's convenient, affordable, and paid to keep you healthy. This is the new healthcare. Visit TrumbullMemorial.org to learn more.
Nice to see the Warren City Fire Department out here enjoying the game on top of the truck over there.
For the Raiders, number 19, Mike Flowers.
Last week, Harding struggled on the kickoff team. I believe it was 2 kickoffs returned by that Lakeside team. Let's see if Coach Arnold and his staff found a way to be able to fix the problems they were having last week with kickoffs.
Low kick. That's picked up about the 16-yard line. And he's going to be brought down at about that 28, 29-yard line, so decent coverage on that one. Raider defense takes the field.
Now it's early in the game, so these guys should still be pretty fresh, but remember, we got a real human night tonight. That defense just came off the field, probably had a realistic 2-3 minute rest in between that punt return and now coming right back out on the ball. We'll see if that has any effect on some of the big guys up front.
Michael Hurl once again sets up in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his left. There's a give to the running back up the middle. He breaks 1 tackle and picks up some nice yardage on first down. It's going to bring up a 2nd and short at about the 38-yard line. Call it the 37, no, 38, 2nd down and 2. Dominic Jennings on that run. Jennings sets up this time to O'Horo's left. O'Horo's still in the shotgun. 3 receivers left this time. This time O'Horo keeps it, and he's caught behind the line of scrimmage, but he manages to spin forward for a couple and get close to a first down. Had that initial contact back in the backfield, but he powered his way up and very close to a first down. 3rd and a few inches.
Another big play by Tayron Jackson. He was the one who put some pressure on him in that last series, forced the quarterback to throw the ball into the ground. getting some good penetration from that defensive end position.
And O'Hurl bobbles a snap. And that ball is picked off at the 49-yard line. O'Hurl bobbled the snap. Looking to make a play. And that ball is intercepted, and the Raiders are going to take over at 1st and 10 at the Boardman 35-yard line.
Well, this is where Harding can start to stack up some points, really start to put some doubts in this Boardman team's mind if they can jump up on them early with 2 scores.
Nigel Ware on that interception. I'm not sure O'Hora was ready for that snap. He bobbled it. He was kind of late. They were changing the play, bobbled it a little bit, got some pressure and tried to unload it, and Ware stepped in front of it, and Harding's got some great field position at the 35.
It looked like that was probably a timing play, and when he bobbled that ball, he tried to rush the throw, and fortunately, when he bobbled it, it gave those corners a chance to react and get right in the path of that pass. Big turnover for Boardman early. Let's see if Harding can capitalize on it.
Credit that defensive line for getting him out of the pocket. That disrupted that play even more. 8:54 to go in the first quarter. Harding up to a 6-0 lead on a 75-yard Jeremy Wilson punt return. And after a second big defensive stand, they now have 1st and 10 at the Boardman 35-yard line.
Harding comes out again with the 2 running backs, Washington and Adams.
This time Adams gets the call. Adams is looking right, and he's going to be dragged down behind the line of scrimmage and lose a yard on that play.
Hey, defense got good penetration there. Not really a lot of room for Adams to run on that play.
2nd down and 12. The ball's on the 37-yard line.
Washington to the left of Frazier. Adams to the right. 2nd down and 11. Frazier rolls left. He's got a man on the sideline. That's complete for about a 6 or 7 yard gain. Complete number 10, Jakari Salter.
You can see Boardman came in really looking for that run. These first couple plays, they've been able to stop Harding for little to no gain, but the passing game does seem open. Frazier's been able to hit his first couple passes. Let's see if they continue with that trend tonight of working more on that passing game than the running game.
Frazier's shown some much improved accuracy early on this game. 3rd down and 4. Just inside the Boardman 30-yard. And there's a bobbled snap. Frazier's going to have to fall on that one. And it looks like he did manage to cover that. That's going to bring up a 4th down and long. Ball goes all the way back to the 40-yard line. We're going to call this 4th down and 15. And Harding's going to send in the punting unit for this one.
And that was unfortunate. Harding wasn't able to do anything with that Boardman turnover.
On the punt, number 20, Caven Stauffer.
Caven Stauffer in the punt. That punt was nearly blocked. Fair catch called for and fielded at the 16-yard line. Number 25, Mike Miluski on that catch.
That Harding defense has been pretty stout thus far. We'll see if Boardman's been able to figure out anything. They've went to the pass, they've went to the run, and it looks like Harding's had answers each time they've had the ball. We'll see if they can get another 3 and out here.
Boardman Spartans offense out on the field, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Dominic Jennings in the backfield along with quarterback Michael Hora. And Jennings gets the give up the middle. He bounces to the outside. And Jennings with some good yardage on 1st down, close to a 1st down.
Well, the strong run. You see the guy reached out, tried to bring him down by that shirt, kept those legs churning, got a few extra yards and took a pretty tough hit to the sideline, but it wasn't after getting enough yards to gain the first down for Boardman.
Dominic Jennings with an 11-yard pickup out to the 28-yard line. Once again, 1st and 10, Boardman.
Please be second for offense to 641. 641. Thank you.
Jennings is a good-sized running back at 202 pounds. They're going to have to do more than grab a shirt to bring him down.
Down in 10, the ball to the 28-yard line.
O'Hora with the quarterback draw. He keeps this one. He breaks through the line of scrimmage, and O'Hora with about 11 yards and another Boardman first down.
Boardman running that right side. They might have found something over there that they saw as a weakness. 2 plays in a row, 2 first downs over the right-hand side of their offensive line.
Spartans out to the 39-yard line. Jennings once again, the lone back in the backfield along with Michael Horo. And Jennings will get this one up the middle. Plows his way ahead for about 4. Bring up a 2nd down and 6 at the 49-yard line. Make it a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
2nd down and 5, ball to the 44-yard line.
And Jennings once again, he bounces it out to the right, and another strong run by Dominic Jennings. Picks up another Boardman first down.
Yeah, a lot of determination on that run. Lowered his shoulder at the sideline and picked up a few extra yards. You could tell the Harding defense, especially up the middle, is really missing 91. Caprice Sledge, I think this is the 3rd week he's been out. At 305, he's definitely a presence in the middle that they're missing.
Spartans in Harding territory at the 48-yard line. And O'Horo keeps it once and again. Gain of about 4. Call it 3 yards down to the 45-yard line, 2nd and 7. Boardman opened up with a lot of pass plays. They seem to have found their rhythm on the running game right now.
It looks like they're trying to spread the defense out, get a lot of one-on-one blocks.
Once again, to give to Dominic Jennings. And Jennings takes about another 4-yard gain. Down to the Raider 41-yard line. Looks like a 3rd and 3 coming up.
Boardman's done it all with the run on this possession here.
O'Hora with the give once again to Jennings, and this time Jennings has met the lines, and he is pushing that pile forward. They had him stacked up, and he just kept those legs driving for another Boardman first down.
I'll tell you, a run like that, he gets the first down, but he probably only got 3-4 yards at that run. But I mean, a run like that, that's what really gets your team pumped up. That's what gets those linemen going. That's what gets the guys in the sideline going. Really, really adds a lot of momentum to your team.
Takes it down to the Raider 37-yard line, 1st and 10 Boardman. Under 4.5 to go in the first quarter. And this time O'Horo keeps it. And this time O'Horo's met and dropped in the backfield, about a 4-yard loss.
Looks like there's a flag on the play. Might have jumped a little early.
Jawan Poole to stop in the backfield, but it looks like we have it in.
67. 5-yard penalty.
And unfortunately, Jawan Poole got there a little bit too early that play.
Goes down to 9. The ball's on the 36-yard line.
O'Hora with the give to Jennings. Jennings breaks it up the middle. And Jennings running hard once again. Another Boardman first down to about the Harding 22-yard line.
Yeah, another big run by the senior running back out of Boardman. Really trying to set the tone tonight for his team. doing a great job on this drive.
And Uhura keeps it once again, and this time he's met the line of scrimmage and he's dropped there. No gain on that play. Maybe a yard, called 2nd down and 9. Takes up to the 22-yard line.
2nd down and 9. Ball on the 22-yard line.
And it is all Mike Uhura and Dominic Jennings right now for Boardman.
And they're staying in that hurry-up offense, really trying to catch the Harding defense, kind of trying to catch them sleeping, or maybe just seeing if they can wear them out early so they're too tired in the fourth quarter.
Jennings with the give up middle, and Jennings is through the line of scrimmage. He's going to take it inside the 10-yard line. There's a flag on a play.
Like
Could be a face mask error.
Looks like they got another face mask.
Yep. Jennings with about a 15-yard gain. Takes it inside the 10-yard line to about the 8. They're going to get half the distance to the goal in the face mask penalty. Boardman's going to set up 1st and goal at the Raider 4-yard line with just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Ball's on the 5-yard line.
Boardman's got that spread, but if I'm the Boardman coach, I just give it to Jennings up the middle again.
And you got that call right. There goes Jennings. He's pushing that pile forward once again and gets it into about down about the 2-yard line.
You know, you saw something similar last week when Harding was playing Lakeside. Basically, when you got something good going, when you got your running backs on a roll, you keep on running the play until the other team shows you they can stop it. No real reason to get fancy.
2nd down and goal at the Warren Harding 2-yard line. And Jennings wants to get up the middle, and he's going to push that pile into the end zone. Touchdown, Boardman. "83-yard scoring drive for the Boardman Spartans, capped off by the 2-yard Dominic Jennings touchdown run. Extra point is up, and it is good, and Boardman will take a 7-6 lead.
Impressive drive by the Boardman Spartans there. Came out, had a couple turnovers, their first couple possessions, or at least the one turnover, the interception. Gave up that punt return. You know, real easy for them to have kind of put their tails between their legs, but they came out and played real hard-nosed football right there. Nothing but straight runs, just pounded it right at the Harding defense. Didn't try to disguise what they were doing, ran it up the middle with their running back and their quarterback and said, try to stop us.
Hey, with just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, Boardman has taken a 7-6 lead off an 83-yard scoring drive. Kayron Adams and Giovanni Washington back deep once again for the Raiders. They're going to set up about the 15-yard line.
See if Boardman elects to try to keep it away from those two explosive running backs they got back deep to return the kick.
We'll see if that Harding offense can answer once again. They've had a little trouble of their own holding on to the football. One fumble they lost and another one they didn't.
Well, that's been the key. Harding's really shot itself in the foot on offense.
Giovanni Washington's going to scoop this up the 16-yard line and almost breaks that. Gets it out to 35. Looked like he could have broken one more tackle. He might have had some room.
Yeah, Harding's had some decent drives. Remember, that fourth down was a result on a 3rd and 4 of the quarterback not being able to handle that shotgun. Ended up putting him in a 4th down position. So we'll see. It looks like Harding's offense has got the right mood. I mean, the Boardman's obviously came out looking to try to stop that run. Coach Arnold and the team have went to the air and been pretty successful. It's just, if not for the lack of some of the turnovers and miscues, this could be a different game. So hopefully Harding can pull it all together on this drive down the field and answer the touchdown that Boardman just scored.
And it looks like we had a, I wonder if Giovanni Washington's knee hit the ground when he scooped that ball up, because they moved him back to the 22-yard line. He had that out to about the 35. I didn't see a flag, so I think his knee might have been down when he scooped that one up.
I think you might be right.
Harding back to their one-back offense. And Adams gets the give around the left end. Adams breaking one tackle and a couple of hard-fought yards right there. Takes it out to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 1, 2nd and 9. And maybe they're going to be back to that alternating back system, which worked so well last week.
Yeah, keeping the fresh legs in there really worked well for them. Both those young men had outstanding games last week.
Washington lines up to Frazier's left. Frazier looks to throw and throws behind Jakovic. That pass falls incomplete, bringing up a 3rd down and 9.
Might have been some miscommunication there between the quarterback and the wide receiver on that play.
K'Ron Adams checks back in. 3 receivers left. Adams to Frazier's left. Adams runs in motion. They're looking at the screen for Adams, and boy, that was a dangerous play there. Boardman had that one read all the way.
Yeah, lucky to come away with just 4th down and the ability to punt it away and play defense.
And that was a backwards pass that had to be covered. They lost yardage on it. That wasn't an incomplete pass. It was a lateral. Takes the ball back to the 19-yard line. 4th and 14. Boardman should get pretty good field position out of this. And the 25, Mike Maluski back to take the punt. He's going to call for a fair catch at the 46-yard line of Harding.
I think he saw those black shirts coming a little faster than he thought they were. It looked like he had some room for a return there.
It's going to be up to that defense to stop that run game. I think Boardman's just going to bring it right back out, and it's stop me if you can now.
Yeah, you know, it's no different than what Harding did last week. You know, Boardman came out with a real statement possession. Just hard-nosed football right down the field with the running game.
Boardman comes out with a 2-back set this time. Jennings goes in motion. And O'Horo with the keeper. He gets it ahead for about 3.
Michael O'Horo, the quarterback keeper.
2nd down and 7 at the Harding 43-yard line.
2nd down and 7. The ball's on the 40.
Maybe get one more play off in this first quarter. Or Boardman may be content to run the clock off and switch ends here. I think that's what they're going to do. Boardman's going to let this clock run down in the first quarter. And they're going to take a 7-6 lead into the second quarter. We're going to switch ends here.
At the end of the first quarter, Harding Raiders 6, Boardman Spartans 7.
The defense came out in the first quarter, Eddie. Harding had 2 really nice stops, and that last drive, Boardman just pounded the ball right down the middle.
Yeah, you know, last week Harding came out kind of sluggish, took a 13-0 deficit, was able to come back and reel off 21 straight points, only to see Lakeside fight right back and bring the game within 2 before Harding was able to run away with it late. This game we kind of saw the opposite of that. Harding came out, 2 nice defensive stands, interception, but unfortunately was only able to capitalize off 1, and then that missed field goal, the missed extra point ends up being the difference of the game right now.
And we open up the second quarter. Boardman's got a 2nd down and 7 at the Harding 43-yard line.
Second down and 7, the ball's on the 43-yard line.
Michael Horo in the shotgun once again. And there's the give to Dominic Jennings up the middle. Jennings through the line of scrimmage. And Jennings breaks a long one down to about the 23-yard line. Another 1st down for Boardman.
Number 3, Dominic Jennings, the ball carrier.
Another hard run by Jennings.
Terrion Jackson coming off the field on one leg, and that's not good news for Harding.
No, he's been a real difference on that defensive side, getting some good penetration in the backfield. And if you watch on offense, they've got him listed at 6'5".
And this time Jennings met hard at the line of scrimmage, picks up a couple. Harding defense closed that one off.
Oh, what I was about to say is I saw in the last possession, they've got number 10 for Boardman, Maurice Pritchard, listed at 5'11". He was trying to cover our number 11, Terrion Jackson. We've got him listed at 6'5". Might have been a matchup that Coach Arnold could have exploited.
2nd down and 9. O'Hara with the keeper. And O'Hara breaks through the line of scrimmage, and he up ahead for another 1st down. And Harding simply is not stopping that run up the middle right now. That's going to be a 1st and goal at the Harding 8-yard line.
Boardman staying in that hurry up, but this is just gut check time. Nothing fancy. They're running it right at you. They're going mano-a-mano, saying stop us. This is all about a gut check.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line for Boardman. And they give to Jennings up the middle, and this time Jennings is met, and he bounces out of the pile, but they drag him down. No gain on that play. Even on that play, he got in the line of scrimmage, you had him stopped. He bounced off that pile, and it looked like he was going to break it around the corner.
Yeah, he's definitely he's a big, strong kid. 202, pretty good size for a high school running back. Got a little bit of speed, obviously has some power, not afraid to, lower his head and deliver a blow.
2nd down and goal at the 9-yard line. 2 receivers wide right for Boardman. O'Hara with the keeper once again, takes it up the middle. And O'Hara running hard, takes it down to about the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal at the 2. O'Hara's a big quarterback too. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. So you got 2 200-pound runners in that backfield, and they are running hard. They're in goal to 2, O'Hara, and looks like an official timeout.
It's like there might be a little bit of yapping going on down there. The officials are talking to both teams.
And we're all set to go once again. And O'Hara just takes it right up the middle. No doubt about what he was going to do there. He drives it in from 2 yards out for another Boardman touchdown.
That's 2 possessions in a row. Boardman's been able to just get behind that big offensive line, and Harding hasn't been able to find the right defense to be able to stop them.
Tommy Frida on for the extra point for the Boardman Spartans. Good snap, kick is up, and it's good. And with 9:36 to go in the second quarter, Boardman has jumped out to a 14-6 lead.
Looks like the offense is going to come back onto the field. Looks like Terrion has gotten taped up. I see him. He looks like he looks like he's laced it up now. He's probably going to be able to make it back onto the field.
And once again, Adams and Washington checking in deep for the Raiders. Boardman has tried so far to keep the kick away from them. If they've gotten to field it at all, they've had to scoop it up. Friday sets up just inside the left hash mark. Left-footed kicker out of Boardman. And again, another low kick, and that's going to be fielded by Washington about the 18-yard line. And a nice return by Giovanni Washington out to about the 36. Harding's had good field position. They just have to do something with it now.
Yeah, and with Boardman, the way they're controlling that line of scrimmage right now, there's no question. Harding needs to score on this drive. They need to put something together, whether it's through the air or with those two running backs out of the backfield. There's no question they need to put together a score here.
And number 6, Chris Chu in at quarterback now. Giovanni Washington lines up behind him. And he'll get the ball up the middle, and Washington almost breaks through there, gets a couple.
Now, if you see, they went back to that formation they used last week with Marquise Allgood in the backfield leading the block, a 6'2 senior at 290 as a lead blocker.
That was a 4-yard pickup, and 4 yards a carry. That'll get you down the field. Another official, looks like an equipment timeout. Second down and 6 at the Raider 40-yard line.
Allgood in the backfield once again.
And this time the give once again to Washington. He plows ahead for a couple. Gets 2. Second down and 4 at the 42-yard line.
They brought it to third and manageable. 3rd and 4 with this the running attack that they've shown. They should be able to pick this up. Let's see if Coach Arnold decides to go with the pass or the run on this play.
K'Ron Adams checks into the backfield, lines up behind Chris Chu. We got and looks
Ball
like we
start.
have a motion on the Raiders.
Well, that's going to take it from your 3rd and 3. They had it marked off to now a 3rd and 8.
Try and get back in the ball game. You got to keep it clean out there. Those are shooting yourself in the foot type kind of penalties. Chu keeps it, looks to the right. We've got a penalty flag in the backfield, and that could be
roughing the passer on that.
Penalty, yep. Another dangerous pass. That could have been picked off for 6, but we do have a penalty. And this looks like this could go against the Spartans. And we do get a roughing the passer.
That's going to bail Harding out. That false start penalty, you go from a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and 8. It really limits your options on what you can do on that play. So luckily for Harding, they got bailed out on that roughing the passer play. Let's see if they can take advantage of it now.
That penalty moves the ball to the Boardman Spartan 48-yard line. Raiders 1st and 10 from that point. Raiders go back to that 2-back set. Adams and Washington both in the ball game on either side of Chris Chu. And this time Washington gets the ball. He gets through the line of scrimmage and gets a gain of about 4. Called second down and 6. Gets the ball up to the 45-yard line. Another official timeout. And this time's give to Adams. Adams around the end. Adams gets the corner. He's up to the 40-yard line. Inside the 40, powers his way to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Raiders at the 35.
Yeah, nice strong run by Adams there. Got that corner, lowered his head for another 3 yards. Harding's got a good drive going here. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Make it the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 Raiders. 7:30 to go in the first half.
First down and 10, the ball's on the 36-yard line.
Adams gets the call once again. Pushes his way ahead for about 3. Inside the 35-yard line to the Boardman 33. 2nd down and 7.
Second down and 7, the ball's on the 33-yard line.
Washington to the right of quarterback Chris Chu. Adams on his left. 2 receivers right. And this time Chu keeps the ball up the middle. Nice run for Chris Chu. That's another Raider first down inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, real nice run up the middle there. They start keying on those running backs. Brings in Chu at quarterback, and he was able to do exactly what Frazier was able to do last week. They'd start keying on those running backs. He runs the fake. Those linebackers get nosy. He's able to take it for a big gain for the Raiders.
1st and 10 Harding at the Boardman Spartan 25-yard line. 6:30 to go in the first half. Wilson and Jack McWide right. Terrion Jackson to the left. Chu keeps it. He's looking to throw. Downfield. And that ball is overthrown and tipped and almost picked off.
Lucky to get that ball back. Threw it into a lot of traffic, hoping his receiver could jump up and make a play there.
A lot of white shirts around the intended receiver on that play. 2nd down and 10 at the 25-yard line. And Chu keeps it once again, breaks 1 tackle. Chu's running around in the backfield, scrambling. He's going to be forced out of bounds all the way back at the 32-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and real long. And again, Raiders moving the ball and a little bit of a botched play there. They just seem to be 1 play away tonight.
Yeah, 1 play, 1 broken tackle, 1 tip ball. They're right there. They just got to keep on pounding away, play their game, and I think they're going to be all right, but they find themselves in a predicament here with 3rd and 17.
3rd and 17, 3 receivers right.
Watch that matchup to the right.
And Adams in motion. Chu looking, and Chu keeps it up the middle. Chu breaks a tackle through the line of scrimmage. Chris Chu to the 20-yard line. Nice screen there by Chris Chu, the quarterback keeper.
Nice run by Chu, but on 3rd and 17, that's a tough call, to try to get him to get 17 yards. Makes it a little more manageable. Not sure if Harding's going to choose to go for the field goal here, or maybe try to convert on this 4th and 5.
It's a great feeling to have team members you can be loud.
Raiders use their first timeout of the first half. They're going to talk this one over on 4th and 5 at the 20-yard line. Big play here. They really want to score the way Bourne's been moving the ball up the middle. They want to get 2 scores behind right now. It's not a good place to be.
Yeah, you don't want to fall far behind, especially against a team that's lost 3 in a row. Right now, you kind of want to you want to really show your dominance on a team like this. Obviously, they're fighting. They started out with the first 3 wins, 3 losses in a row. They've obviously got their confidence isn't there. Harding coming off a big win last week against a good Lakeside team. This is where you keep that ball rolling and you finish up the year strong. It's early in the game, down 8 points. Harding's still right there, but this 4th and 5 is going to be a big determination on how the rest of this game goes.
Fourth and 5, Chris Chu in the shotgun. K'Ron Adams lines up to his left, 3 receivers right. Chu steps back to pass. Chu looking to left corner. He's looking for Terrion Jackson. And again, just a little overthrown. Jackson covered well in that corner. And Boardman's going to take over on downs at their own 20-yard line. This is a big defensive stand for Harding coming up right now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, these last two possessions, just driving the ball right down on you like that up the middle. You saw it started to get a little chippy down there where the officials had to step in. But, I mean, this is man-to-man. You know, this isn't anything fancy. Somebody's coming into your house and punching you in the nose 2 drives in a row. It starts to get to you. So now it's time for Harding to dig down deep and come up with a big defensive stand here. You know what they're going to do. They're going to come right at you, right up the middle. It's time for Harding to dig down and make a stop here.
And we've talked about it so much. It's important here because Boardman's going to get the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, that's something they've got to be taking in consideration down on that Harding sideline.
Two receivers, both left and right. O'Hora with the give to Dominic Jennings up the middle, and Jennings with another strong run. Brings it out to about the 28, 29-yard line. Second down and 1.
You know, the other thing to keep track of is this clock. When you've got a running game like this, I mean, that time of possession for Boardman starts to stack up on you to where you get down 2-3 scores, even if it's early. There's just not enough time left in the game for you to come back.
They haven't really put the ball in the air at all since that first series. They tried to open up with a few passes, didn't get anywhere with it. Jennings once again, or actually O'Hora keeps this one. And O'Hora is he's brought down right there, a couple yards, but it's enough for a first down. Wrestled down to the ground at about the 32, 33-yard line.
First down and 10, the ball's on the 33-yard line.
Yeah, nothing real fancy. You're going to see if Boardman gets another score, you're going to see this no huddle start to slow up a little as they run some clock down.
And there's a screen pass, and that's read pretty well by the Harding defense. Complete out there to Julian Forte. Gets a couple out to the 35-yard line, 2nd and 8. Boardman trying to mix it up a little bit on that play.
Yeah, you got to keep those corners honest.
Jennings with the handoff once again, and again Jennings running hard. He just picks up a lot of yards. He's going to make up a 3rd and short, 3rd and about 2 out to the 41-yard line.
Third down and 2. The playbook's wide open. They can take a shot deep knowing that they got that big, strong runner behind them. Even if it was 4th down, I assume at this point Boardman would go for it with the way their running game's working for them.
And O'Hora with the quarterback keeper. He pulls his way ahead for another Boardman first down. Gets it out to about the 43-yard line. That's enough for a first down. Coming up on the 3-minute mark of the first half. And the Spartans with another fresh set of downs. There's a bad snap, bobbled by O'Hora. He gets it under control. Manages to turn that into about a 2-yard gain.
That's the second time in this game that the snaps came back that the O'Hora's had a problem with handling.
Second down and 8 from the Boardman 45-yard line. O'Hora on 2nd and 8. He keeps it once again, and this time that's read well by the Harding defensive line.
Again, Terrion Jackson getting in there. That's probably the 3rd, 4th time we've called his name out tonight, getting good penetration into the Spartan backfield.
Brings up 3rd down and 10, and this is a big play for that Harding defense to stop this drive right here. And Boardman's going to take a timeout and talk this one over with 2 minutes and 1 second left in the first half.
Now Boardman finds itself in a different position here. They're used to those 3rd and shorts where they can just turn around and hand it to their senior running back to pick up that first down. They're going to have to probably go to the air on this one.
If Harding can stop this drive right here, they've got 2 minutes to work with, and they've still got a couple timeouts on the books.
Yeah, plenty of time. If they can get a stop here, plenty of time. 2 minutes with those timeouts. Clock stops on a first down. Plenty of time for them to drive downfield. But to be honest with you, when you've got a running back like Adams in Washington, it might only take you 10 seconds to score a touchdown.
Third down and 10. Ball's on the 43-yard line.
And team's back out in the field. 3rd down and 10 at the Boardman 43-yard line. O'Huro drops back in the shotgun. He's got Dominic Jennings to his left. O'Huro's going to roll to his left. He's looking to pass. And he's forced out of the pocket. He's coming back to the right, looking downfield. He throws that one up. And that is caught by the Boardman receiver at the 35-yard line.
Harding put good pressure on O'Huro, but he was able to elude Terrion Jackson again. Can't expect those cornerbacks to cover for 5-7 seconds. Somebody found their way open. O'Huro found a way to hit him. Big gain, big play by the Spartans.
And there's a break for the Harding defense, and that's kind of what happens sometimes. That quarterback's out there running around, and a lineman gets a little too far downfield.
You know, that's the consequence of that time. Those linemen, they got a clock in their head. And after a certain amount of time goes down, they see that quarterback start to scramble. They start getting downfield and start throwing blocks. Unfortunately for Boardman, they were able to complete the play, and all for naught, it's going to get pushed back to a long 3rd and 15.
Takes it back to the Spartan 38-yard line, 3rd down and 15, just under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Big break for that Harding defense.
Indians only down 1. Harding's been able to get good pressure all night on this 3rd and 15. Let's see if they can bring it again.
O'Huro drops back, and I kind of saw that coming. He dropped back, trying to quick kick it, and that's going to work out. Takes a little bit of a Boardman bounce down to the inside the 15-yard line. I saw him take those couple steps back off that shotgun.
Yeah, smart play by the Boardman team there. 3rd and 15, difficult. You know Harding's been getting pressure on you all night. Those corners are just sitting back waiting. Those safeties are dropping back in that cover 2 defense, just waiting to pick that ball off. It's a pretty smart play. 1:38, 2 timeouts left. See what Harding can put together.
Y Division II team punts on 3rd down.
1:38 to go in the first half. Harding's got 2 timeouts. They've got the ball on their 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Chris Chu remains in at quarterback. Chu's going to roll to his right. He's going to tuck it in around the corner and go. Lowers his head, gets about 5 or 6 on that opening play. Looks like he gets out to about the 21-yard line. Chu again, back to pass. And he's got Terrion Jackson, but low, so it's down right there. Need to find a way to hit these receivers in stride. 3rd and 2 at the 28-yard line. Chu rolls to his right. He's got Wilson close to a first down.
It's not going to stop the clock. That clock's running.
Just short of the first down. And it looks like we're going to call for a measurement here, it looks like.
From here, it looks like they're going to be a little bit short, maybe about a half yard short of that first down. Boardman helps him out, calling a timeout to discuss this defensive call.
Fourth down and less than a yard to go for the Harding offense. At the 24-yard line, 42 seconds to go, and Harding's gonna punt this one away. Stouffer gets the punt off and gets it out of bounds at about the Boardman 44-yard line. Boardman's going to take over there with 37 seconds left. They've got one timeout to use.
I think the scoreboard was a little late to catch up. I was looking up at that and saw that third down, not realizing it was actually fourth down.
Spartans take up a first down and 10. Ball's on the 44-yard line.
No. Boardman's got one timeout with 37 seconds left. See if they elect to go to the air with this spread offense.
O'Horo's got nobody in the backfield with him, so they may be trying to put something on the board quick here. Man in motion, O'Horo keeps it up the middle, and there's nothing happening that time. Harding closed that one up quickly. Brings up a second down and 9. Boardman takes its final timeout of the first half.
Harding defense got to be careful right here. You look at that clock, you see 28 seconds, no timeouts left. You start thinking about halftime. You start thinking Boardman's thinking about halftime. All of a sudden, they hit you with that quick score, come back out in the second half and get the ball. You know, they've dug you in a deep hole.
Eastway Mall, Eastwood Mall Complex, Northeast Ohio, Orthopedics, Attorney Kurt P. Bogan, McDonald's.
Important to keep Boardman off the board here because, again, they're going to get the ball to open up the second half. Harding could find themselves down 3 scores very quickly if they're not careful at this point.
Yeah, and at halftime, they've got to go in that locker room. They got to pull that chalkboard out, and they got to start talking about how they're going to stop that run. Because at the end of the day, when they come back out here, Boardman's going to come out and just try to pound the ball up the middle again.
O'Hora back to pass. He's forced out of the pocket once again. And that's going to sail out of bounds, bring up a third down and 9.
Michael Hall's pass intended for number 5, Joel Forte.
Last week, Lakeside got a lot of yardage going wide until Harding shut it down. This time, Boardman's bringing it right up the middle, so we're going to have to shut that middle down.
Well, you know, and a lot of credit to the coaching staff. They were running that end around constantly in the first half on Harding, and they didn't have a way to stop it. Lakeside came out to begin the second half. Harding shut it down. Lakeside didn't know what to do, and all of a sudden, Harding ended up with a comfortable lead.
Jennings up the middle. Gets it ahead for 4 or 5. It's going to bring him another fourth down for Boardman. Fourth down and 4 at the 50.
Now Harding's got a timeout. You might want to call that timeout and force force Boardman to punt. We've already returned one.
It looks like Harding's going to just let that clock wind down and go in at halftime and talk about it. Halftime at Mollenkopf Stadium. Boardman Spartans 14, your Harding Raiders 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field is the 2017 edition of the Boardman Spartan Marching Band. Tonight's show features an Earth, Wind, and Fire hit from the year 1979. Younger audiences and marching band enthusiasts alike will recognize this folk rock classic from the 2002 movie Drumline. We now feature the Spartan Sweethearts and Silks on In the Stone. The Spartan Marching Band now plays tribute to a defining moment in American music history as we present Woodstock, 3 days of peace and music.
gonna end our show the usual way. This next tune here puts it all into focus. It's called With a Little Help from Me Friends. Remember it.
Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key, or I get by with a little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my
We thank you for your kind attention and we thank the Harding Band for their hospitality this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the gold standard of Northeastern Ohio marching band, the WGH Marching Band. Under the direction of Reed Young, Heather Purdy, and Kevin Piper, our major instructor is Andy Fisher, and flagman instructor is Allie Farrell. Our band is led on the field by field commanders Creation Morgan, Darian Reed, and head drummer Buck Tyson. We are pleased to present tonight's show, 24 karat gold and white. We kick it off with a 2016 hit by Bruno Mars. Here is 24 karat magic. shorty as we present a feature selection highlighting a Raider majorette and flag line with senior trombone soloist Tavish Bird and Thomas Malacki. Here is Buck Jump. The tradition continues. To finish our show tonight, we present a long-standing tradition that has continued throughout the years of Warren's bands. Through rain, sun, and snow, this final drill has stood for school pride no matter where it's performed. Feel free to clap and cheer along to Scrap Raiders! ladies and gentlemen, for being such a wonderful audience tonight. And now join us as we cheer our Raiders! And there they go, ladies and gentlemen, the musical pride of rural Ohio, and the one and only 14 County Raider Marching Band.
I've got 15 minutes left on this battery. Me? Now down to 14. Right there.
Scoring update. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Yankees 8, Indians 8.
And welcome back, Raider Nation. Getting ready to start the second half here. Your Harding Raiders on the short end of a 14-6 score. Raiders jumped out to an early 6-0 lead on a Jeremy Wilson 75-yard punt return. But the Boardman Spartans, they took control of the ground game and came back, and they're leading at 14-6, and they're going to get the ball to start the third quarter.
Tom, halftime's all about adjustments. We'll see if Harding was able to put something into that defense to stop that strong running game that the Boardman Spartans showed in the first half.
Michael Kloss setting up on the near hash mark. Getting ready for the second half kick. Get this second half underway. That kick will be fielded about the 16-yard line, brought up the near sideline. And that Boardman return man hit hard at about the 28-yard line. Number 10, Maurice Picard on the return.
Big hit by Ryan Royster on the play there. Senior, 5'10", 180. Last year here at Mollenkopf Stadium.
Boardman's going to open up the second half. 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Once again, quarterback Mike O'Horo. Running back Jennings in the backfield. And Jennings will get the ball on 1st and 10. He bounces it outside.
Looked like there was a hold out there on the right end. Looked like he got away with it. Let Jennings get around the corner there.
Jennings got around the corner for about 6 yards. K-Ron Adams dragging Jennings down. Jennings again with the keeper. This time he's met the line of scrimmage. He gets just a couple.
Now you can see Boardman's coming out with that same game plan they had in the first half, seeing if Harding's made the adjustments to stop him. Thus far, they've got a pretty manageable at 3rd and 4. See if Boardman goes back to the well. 3rd and 2. We'll see if Boardman goes back to the well right up the middle with Jennings.
Third and 2 for the Spartans at the 36-yard line. O'Horo keeps it. He puts his head down. He's close to the first down. The initial spot looks like he's probably got it. And they are moving the chains. 1st and 10, Boardman. They're on the 38-yard line. Jennings and O'Horo have been a pretty good 1-2 punch for Boardman in the first half. Both of them big runners. O'Horo, the quarterback, he's 200 pounds. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. And once again, it's Jennings up the middle. Gets a couple. Bring up a 2nd down and 8 at the 40-yard line.
You know, Harding seems to be doing a little better job to start off this second half of plugging up the middle, but they're still hitting them for 2-3 yards of play. Occasionally get that 4-5, bringing it down to a 3rd and manageable situation for the Spartans.
Three receivers left for the Boardman Spartans. Jennings with the give once again, and he's hit hard, and he still manages to fall ahead for 3 or 4. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4 at the 44-yard line. 3rd and 4, sorry.
Another big run by Jennings. Just like last week, we talked about those yards after the first touch. Jennings is racking up those type of stats this week.
A big early 3rd down play for that Harding defense here in the second half. O'Horo looks to his left. He throws it. He's got a man open at the 49. They're going to pick up the 1st down. Pass complete to Keyshawn Coleman.
Good read by the quarterback there. Corner was playing real far off the receiver. Pretty easy pitch and catch for the quarterback and the receiver there on 3rd and 4.
Takes the ball to the Harding 45-yard line where Boardman gets another fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. O'Horo with the keep. And he picks up 5 once again up the middle to the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 5 coming up.
Second down and 5, the ball's on the 40-yard line. Get your 50-50 raffle tickets out. Tonight's jackpot, $232.
Jennings with the give up the middle. Jennings running hard once again, and he's going to take it up for another Boardman first down. Takes it up to about the 35-yard line. He just keeps churning out those yards.
Yeah, he's proven all night. You know, he's determined this game. He's putting his head down, getting those tough yards. You know, really making it tough on the excuse me, on the Harding defense.
7, 4, 8. First down and 10. The ball's on the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at the Harding 35-yard line, coming up on 8 minutes left in the third quarter. And this time the give is to Pickard. Pickard gets around the corner for another Boardman first down.
Boardman really having their way with this Harding defense right now.
And now they're starting to mix it up a little, get Pickard into the game, throwing the occasional pass. First and 10 at the 23. And they go back to Jennings up the middle. Jennings has met hard at the line of scrimmage, and this time he's forced backwards a little bit. Picks up maybe one.
Looked like he tried to get a little too cute there, picking his hole. Didn't have that head of steam in front of him. His defensive linemen were able to wrap him up, bring him down for minimal gain, if none.
Second down and 9. The ball's on the 22-yard line.
Second down and 9 for Boardman at the Harding 22-yard line. And they give to the back coming around. That was to number 14, Noah Folletti.
Looks like the Boardman coaching staff may have noticed something, catching those outside linebackers and defensive ends, peeking their eyes inside, getting ready for Jennings up the middles, opening up that end around for the running back, the slot receiver.
Boardman with a third down and less than a yard to go at the 14-yard line. And O'Horo, the quarterback, keep, moves the pile ahead. Another Boardman first down. It's the ball up to the Harding 12-yard line. First and 10 at the 12.
Ball's on the 13-yard line.
This time O'Hora fakes the handoff. He keeps it, and he's met hard in the backfield. No gain on that play. Kind of lost a half a yard.
Harding defense was ready for that play. They tried to run that end around again. They ran the fake to it, hoping they'd get that defense to slide over to the right, run the quarterback up the middle, but they were able to maintain their lanes and make a good play for a loss of yards there.
Second down and 11 at the 14-yard line. O'Hora keeps it once again. He brings it up the middle, and he's going to drag several Raiders into the end zone. Hard running by quarterback Mike O'Hora for the Boardman Spartans. 14-yard touchdown run up the middle.
Great drive by the Boardman Spartans team. They came out, they went in that locker room, said we're not changing anything. We're going to run the same play until they prove that they can stop us. Thus far, Harding has not been able to solve this great running attack by the Boardman Spartans.
It just looked to me on that play, several defensive players had a hold of O'Hora, but they had him up around his shoulders. That's just not going to work. Both he and Jennings, they're a pair of 200-pound runners, and you're just not going to bring those guys down, get them up high.
No, you're exactly right. You get those big, strong running backs, or in this case, a quarterback that's got that kind of size to him, and you end up there around their shoulders, they're going to take you for a ride.
Extra point attempt is good. Boardman Spartans now with a 21-6 lead, 6:20 to go in the third quarter.
Now, Harding found themselves down 13 points last week, were able to fight back, showed a lot of character. So we'll see what this team can put together on this drive.
The offense has moved the ball. It's just a penalty here or a bad snap there. They've always, as we said in the first half, Eddie, they just seem to be just that one play away from really sustaining something out there. They've been able to move the ball.
Yeah, a lot of mental mistakes. And, you know, the one thing that this Harding team has is it's got a lot of explosiveness, and a lot of times they're able to score on those big runs. You know, I'd like to see Harding put together a nice drive where they put together a 10, 11, 12 play drive, you know, and really show some continuity on that offense, mix it up a little bit with the pass and the run, and really show some cohesiveness in that offense and get something going here.
Tommy Frida sets up on the near hash mark. And again, another low, a squib kick. That's going to be fielded by Giovanni Washington. He bobbles it a little bit. And he doesn't elude anybody on that. Gets it out to about the 21-yard line. Not much of a return on that one. Gave the return team a chance to get down there and cover that one.
I think Harding's in a must-score situation here. They've proven not to be able to stop this Boardman offense, lacking a turnover. They're going to have to try to get into a shootout with them right now, and so this is a very, very important set of downs for them.
Looks like Kayron Adams is going to take the snap. Kind of a wildcat formation here. Kayron Adams taking the snap. Giovanni Washington to his right. And there's a flag. Must not have liked the formation on that one. That's going to back the Raiders up 5 yards right off the bat on this series.
Well, just like you talked about, Tom, some of the mental errors that are really shooting the Raiders in the foot. Obviously having a difficult time moving the ball tonight, starting off at 1st and 15 isn't going to help the situation at all.
And once again, Kayron Adams set to take the snap. He's got Giovanni Washington back there with him. And Adams gives it to Washington. Washington gets a hole up the middle. And he was one tackle away from a big gain. He gets a lot of that yardage back.
Well, just like we were just talking about, Harding's got a lot of explosiveness in that backfield. A lot of big runs out of those two running backs this year. It'd be nice to see them break a long one here, bring this into a one-score game.
Ball's on the 32-yard line.
Washington picks up 11 on that play, gets back to penalty yardage and a few more. 2nd and 4. And Adams keeps the snap this time. He's running around the backfield. He's forced out back there. And Adams makes a lot out of nothing on that play. Gets back almost close to first down. He does get a first down that play. He was corralled in the backfield, but managed to make something happen.
Nice run. Real nice run by Adams there. Could have been a big loss. Could have been facing a 3rd and long. Instead, they've got a 1st and 10. We're able to kind of erase that false start penalty they had on first down.
First down to 32-yard line. Adams takes a snap again. He gives off to Giovanni Washington, and Washington gets nothing on the right side of that line. He's going to lose a yard.
Shot on play number 57, Justin Wagner.
Sterling Frazier opened at quarterback. He's been out since about midway through the first half. Chris Chu finished out the half. We don't see Chris Chu out there right now. Kayron Adams is taking the snaps.
Looks like they're looking for some kind of spark on that offense.
Adams with the hand up to Washington. Washington gets through the line on the right side, and Washington picks up big yards for another Raider first down.
Another nice run by Washington. As you see, last couple plays, he's been about one tackle away from breaking a big one.
Gain of 11 or 12 there, out to the 44-yard line. Another Raider first down. And just like we talked about in the first half, this running game, and we're already down to 4.5 minutes in the third quarter. That clock is moving continuously almost right now. Adams with the keep this time. Adams gets to the line. He's hit hard, but he does manage to pick up 5 yards.
Number 2, Kayron Adams, the ball carrier.
Yeah, nice run. Obviously, switching up the quarterbacks has added a little spark to the offense. The only question you have, though, is it limited the Harding team to a one-dimensional run team? Do they have confidence in the passing game at this point with those two great running backs back there at quarterback?
2nd down and 5 at the Harding 49-yard line. Adams keeps it, moves right, he gets through the line of scrimmage. Adams picks up another first down up to the 43-yard line of Boardman. And so far, this seems to be working for Harding.
First down and 10, the ball's on the 43-yard line.
Looks like this offense has found a good rhythm.
First and 10 at the Boardman 44-yard line. Kayron Adams takes a snap once again. He gives it off to Washington. Washington through the line of scrimmage. Washington's got an opening. He breaks one tackle. Giovanni Washington at the 15-yard line. Big run for the Harding offense. First and 10 Raiders at the 15-yard line.
You know, they've definitely found something this drive down to the 15-yard line. This is where it starts getting a little more difficult. Start to limit you. That field gets a lot smaller. That defense kind of has you in a box here. So we'll see if they can push it in from the 15-yard line, get a much-needed score.
And Boardman wants to talk about this right now. They're going to try to make some kind of adjustment here on that.
Where do you picture yourself?
Kayron Adams in there taking the snaps, gets the ball directly into one of your big playmakers' hands.
Well, it keeps that defense on their toes. You don't know if he's going to hand it off to Washington. You don't know if he's going to keep it. And, you know, he does have the ability to drop back and pass, so those corners can't fall asleep out there.
For your Pitt State in the Valley. Come and see us. Schedule your visit at pittstate.edu/Rumble.
I just wonder if that's kind of a read play where Adams takes a snap and, you know, if he reads it one way, he's going to give the ball to Giovanni Washington. If he reads it another way, he's going to keep it himself.
Well, you know, as you saw a couple years ago when that Wildcat offense was made popular in college and the NFL, I mean, that's basically what it was. You put a running back at quarterback, and he's running a read option all day, making the decision, is he going to give it, is he going to keep it? But as soon as that defense starts poking their nose inside, he can pick that ball back out, hit one of those wide receivers or a tight end over the middle wide open. So really opens up the offense for him, really creates a tough situation for the defense, especially when you got all these athletes on the backfield.
First and 10 Raiders at the Boardman Spartan 15-yard line, and this time Adams keeps it. He gets up the line of scrimmage for another 5 yards. They're picking up good yardage this time. Second and 5 at the 10. This is exactly the way that Harding offense needed to start out, coming out here getting the ball in the second half.
Yeah, this is a nice drive. Like I was talking about before, put together a nice, strong drive. Show this Boardman defense, you know, that you've got an answer for it.
And Adams keeps it again. And there's that power of Kayron Adams. He's met hard at the line of scrimmage, and he still manages to get 3 or 4 yards down to about the 11-yard line. He's going to bring up a third down and 1.
Yeah, he took a big hit by that linebacker and still was able to pull him probably about another 3-4 extra yards. You can see the determination in the Harding offense on this drive.
They seem to have got that rhythm that was just lacking in the first half. Third down and 1. 6-yard line. Adams keeps it once again. He sheds one tackler, gets back to about the line of scrimmage.
Looks like he's going to be a little short.
It's going to bring up a big fourth down and 1 play. You see Marquise Allgood check in that offensive formation where he's going to set up in the backfield and be that lead block for somebody.
That play's shown to work. Get that big body back there as that lead blocker. The only fear that you have with that is with that big guy leading the way, if he gets stuffed in the hole, real difficult for one of those running backs to get out of the way. Kind of clogs everything up on you unless that defense come up and corral you for the stop. Big play for the Harding offense.
Minute 50 to go in the third quarter. Big fourth down and 1 play for the Raider offense. 4th and 1 at the 6-yard line. Kayron Adams taking the snaps right now. He's got Giovanni Washington to his right. And Harding's going to use a timeout here and talk this one over.
Well, you can see when they broke the huddle, Tom, there was a little bit of confusion. This is too important of a play for Coach Arnold to let him go out there and wing it. So he's going to call a timeout, bring him back, talk about it, convert this 4th down. Get a brand new set of downs, try to punch this in. We got a brand new ball game.
get a score here and hopefully pump some life into that defense. Defense still needs to come out and make a stop somewhere.
Yeah, and thus far the defense has proven that they haven't been able to come up with a stop or with an answer for not only the running back but the quarterback, who's had a great game as well. And remember, that missed extra point is going to loom late into this game. If they can even get 2 touchdowns, they're still going to need to convert a 2-point conversion if they want to tie the game.
.140 to play in the third quarter. 4th down and 1 at the Boardman 6-yard line for the Harding offense. Harding down 21-6 right now. Trying to keep this drive going, get back into this ball game. Kayron Adams set to take the snap. He has this whole drive. And there's to give to Washington. Washington breaks up the middle. Touchdown, Raiders!
Harding came out with that big formation, lined up, pulled no punches, told him we're coming right at you. Boardman was unable to stop it. Let's see if we can convert this extra point. We had some problems on the first one.
Mike Klaus in to attempt the extra point. Good snap and hold, and this kick is up, and it is good.
1 minute 39 seconds left in the third quarter.
Harding gets back into this ball game, 21-13. It's a 1-score ball game. Now we'll see if the defense can come up and make a much-needed stop right here.
You wonder if Coach Arnold's got any tricks up his sleeve. Maybe catch him off guard with an onside kick here.
Help you achieve a big, beautiful smile. Visit us on the internet at bradbauerortho.com or call Bauer Orthodontist today at 330-856-5711.
Harding came out in their first offensive possession of the second half with Kayron Adams at the quarterback spot, and that seemed to put that offense in a really good rhythm that we just did not see the whole first half.
Yeah, it was a great drive by Harding. Great drive, mixing up with that Wildcat type offense. Now the only question I'd have though is when you have those 2 running backs doing that much work on the offensive side, these guys are going both ways tonight.
For the Spartans, number 10, Maurice Pickard, number 25.
Michael Klaus set the kickoff for the Raiders.
And number 5, Dewan Forte.
That's going to be fielded at about the 16-yard line by Pickard. Nice coverage by that Harding kickoff team. Pickard gets it out to about the 23-yard line. Boardman will take over 1st and 10 at that point. Minute 33 to go in the third quarter.
It's gut check time for the defense.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line for Boardman.
I tell you that constantly.
O'Horo and Jennings in the backfield, Boardman, as they have been all night. And Jennings gets to give up the middle, and this time he is stopped. Picks up maybe 1 for a 2nd down and 9.
Big Marquise Allgood. We've been calling his name a lot on offense.
2nd and 9, the ball's on the 29-yard line.
Quick pass. O'Horo overthrows number 5, Juwan Forte.
Defense finds itself in a good position here, 3rd and 9. Let those defensive linemen pin their ears back, rush the quarterback, get good pressure like they did in the first half. These corners play good defense out there. Hopefully we can see turnover here on downs, get Harding the ball back, see if they can repeat what they did on the first drive, or excuse me, the second drive.
Big defensive play, try to get Boardman into a punch situation. O'Horo's got 3 receivers to his right. Jennings in the backfield along with him. O'Horo's looking right.
Oh.
Throws behind Juwan Forte.
Looks like he had Forte open early, but he ran into coverage. Pass behind him could have been picked off. Turnover on downs, exactly what this Harding team needed.
Yeah, forces Boardman to punt on 4th and 9 at the 29-yard line. And that was a big set of downs for the Harding defense.
On the punt, number 14, Noah Fletty.
Fletty with the kick. It's a high kick. Harding's going to stay away from that. It takes a big Boardman bounce down to about just inside the 30. They're going to mark that at about the 30 or 27-yard line. They're going to take that to 27-yard line.
On the last possession, they had a lot of success with that Wildcat offense. You expect them to come out, run the same thing again until this Boardman defense finds out a way to stop it.
Big defensive series for Harding, forcing Boardman into a 3 and out. They get the ball back with 47 seconds to go in the third quarter. A lot of ball game left.
Yeah, you know what helped Harding on that last drive is they were able to get him in a 3rd and long to where it wasn't 4th, 3rd and short where they can run those big running backs up the middle for the 2-yard gains to get the first down.
And K-Ron Adams with the handoff to Washington. Washington fights ahead for about 3 yards, brings up 2nd down and 7 at the 30-yard line. And we have an injured Raider on the field. Looks like that could be a cramp. Again, we talked about that early in the game. Warm night, and that's the first of the cramps we've seen. We'll see how much of that plays into the remainder of the ball game.
Yeah, you hope all it is a cramp. He can come over to the sideline, get some water in him, and return to the game. We've got a good one going here. I'm sure every one of these guys want to finish this game strong.
Injury timeout, 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. 21-13, Boardman Spartan lead at this point.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, Tom, we've got to witness a really good game here at Mollenkopf Stadium. Two tough teams, no giving either of them. One, it looks like the momentum's swinging to one side and the other team's out of it. Next thing you know, they're right back in it. So pleasure to watch these games. A lot of fighting these Harding kids. Started off the year, I know everyone was disappointed in that 0-3 start that they had. Last week, able to get that win. And this week, they've showed no give. They've showed, they're not willing to give up. They're going to finish this year strong, and this game is a testament to it. Down one score when it looked like Boardman had an opportunity to run away with it, but they fought and clawed their way right back in it.
Had that big defensive stand forcing Boardman a 3 and out after a couple of drives where Boardman really just had their way with things at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, as a defensive player, it's really disheartening. When they're just running the ball right at you. Just tough football. Right at you, and you've got no answer for it. But these kids, they reached down and then they said, not again. Able to come up with a big stop. The offense was able to do their job, get a score, puts them right back in the game.
Still working on that injured player down there. They got that leg up in the air trying to stretch it out, so it looks like they're trying to stretch out a cramp.
Yeah, they're asking for the water. Hopefully that's all he's got is a cramp out there, and we can get that worked out and see him return to action.
I got him sitting up now. And if you happen to be a Tribe fan, the Indians have stormed back to get in that playoff game. Down early to the Yankees. Grand slam by Frankie Lindor and another home run by Jay Bruce. Tie ball game. They're on their way to extra innings up at Progressive Field. That's the tight end, Jared Zillinger.
Number 44, Jared Zillinger.
Hopefully get him worked out and see Jared back in the ball game here in a little bit. He's able to put some weight on that leg. Hopefully it's just a cramp. Harding offense back out on the field. It is 2nd down and 7 at the 30-yard line. Kayron Adams still taking the snaps. He's got Giovanni Washington to his right. This time Adams keeps it, gets around the right end, picks up a couple. Picks up maybe one out to the 32-yard line. Bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Going into extra innings. Yankees 8, Indians 8.
It's like Harding's going to take this into the 4th quarter.
Clock winds down to 3rd quarter on a 21-13 Boardman lead.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, Harding Raiders 13. Boardman Spartans 21.
Now Harding finds themselves in this 3rd and 6 situation. They've had a great running attack. You wonder if the Boardman team's just going to stack that line and dare the Harding running backs to try to run, or if the Harding team's going to drop back and see if they can find somebody open with a pass here. They've had great success on the run, but it would just seem on this 3rd and 6, Boardman's got to be ready for that.
You think at some point that offense is going to have to mix it up a little bit and put some kind of a wrinkle in there to just to keep Boardman honest. Big 3rd down play coming up to open up the 4th quarter. Harding wants to keep this ball and drive it down and have a chance to tie this ball game with most of the 4th quarter left to play then.
Well, the way these two teams are running the ball, you're only looking at a couple possessions each for each team per quarter. So this is a big possession for Harding. They give this ball up. Boardman gets the ball and scores again. It's going to be real difficult with that clock playing against the Harding team.
Third down and 6 for the Harding Raiders at their own 31-yard line to open up the 4th quarter. Down 21-13 to Boardman. Kayron Adams remains in the quarterback position. He gives it off to Washington. Washington finds some running room, and Washington plows ahead for a 1st down. Gets it out to about the 41-yard line.
How many times have we said it, Tom? We're going to run it until you stop us.
And this time Adams keeps it. And he has met at the line of scrimmage, and he might have fallen ahead for a half a yard there. We're going to call this 2nd down and 9.
They're going to play with number 4, Alex Uzika. 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line.
Jeremy Wilson comes to the near sideline. Kayron Adams set to take the snap. And there's the give to Washington once again. Washington cuts it back. He picks up about 5. Well, 3rd down and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Real nice vision by that junior running back there. Saw that cutback lane. He was probably one tackle away from breaking that for a big gain.
Harding facing another 3rd down and 5, coming up on 10.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. Alex Payophilus, wide right. Adams keeps it. He's forced back a little bit. Adams cuts it back. Gets back. He runs into his own man. Runs into Jawan Poole and loses a yard or two on that play. It's going to bring him 4th down and 6.
Looks like Harding's going to go for it. You know, you look at this Harding team and you look at this year and how they started, the way they've continued to fight. Those 2 running backs they got, K-Ron Adams and Giovanni Washington, are only juniors. They'll be back next year.
Harding going for it, 4th and 7.
Spread the field.
44-yard line, and they're going to take a timeout. Discuss this one a little bit.
Big play here for Harding. In your own side here, you're not able to get this. You give that Boardman Spartans team a short field to play with. You know, they've showed dominance in that running game all night. Just wonder if Coach Arnold and the coaching staff have thought twice about going for it. Maybe see if they can get him to jump off sides, maybe a quick kick. We'll see what they come out with.
.9:39 to go in the ball game. Boardman hanging on to a 21-13 lead. Harding Raiders facing a 4th down and 7 at their own 44-yard line. They originally lined up to go for it, and it looks like they're going to stick to that plan. Big 4th down play for that Harding offense coming up.
Well, they spread the field. Let's see if they put it in the air, if they stick to what's been working with a run play. Nice catch.
Big pass play right there. Sterling Frazier comes back in the ball game. He hits Alex Payophilus coming over the middle for a big 1st down for Harding.
Great catch over the middle by Alex Payophilus. Great throw by the quarterback Sterling. Brought him back in there to make that throw. Let's see if they go back to the Wildcat or they stick with Frazier.
1st and 10 Raiders at the Boardman 44-yard line. It looks like K-Ron Adams is back in, so we're going back to that Wildcat formation. And delay of game. Boy, that's a backbreaker right there. You got some momentum going on, and let that play clock run down.
Penalties will hurt you. Look like it took them a little time to get that passing offense off the field and bring back that Wildcat.
That's going to make it 1st and 15 for the Harding offense. I think they want the band's getting a little bit loud down there, trying to.
That may be a first, Tom.
1st and 15 for the Harding offense. K-Ron Adams takes a snap. He's going to keep it. Comes around the right side. He gets a little bit of running room. He gets the penalty yardage back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Second down 11. The ball's on the 49-yard line. 45-yard line.
2nd down 11, 45-yard line. There's the give to Giovanni Washington. He fights for a couple more.
Giovanni Washington, the ball carrier.
Going to bring him a 3rd down and long for the Raider offense.
Once again, that delay of game penalty coming back to haunt them now. 3rd and 11, could be 3rd and 6. 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 at the Boardman 43-yard line. Sterling Frazier back in the ball game. Frazier drops back, and he's going to keep this one. Breaks it through the line of scrimmage. He gets to the outside, and Frazier is going to come first. It looks like he's got the first down.
Great call by the Harding offense there. Brought Frazier back in the game on that 3rd and 9. Made the Spartan defense think pass. Sterling Frazier did what he did last week. Was able to show that he could drop back, use his legs to pick up that big first down for the Raiders.
Frazier stays in the ball game. Kayron Adams lining up behind him. We see Maurice Allgood in there in that blocking position. And they give to Adams. He follows Allgood. Adams breaks it to the outside. Adams to the 25-yard line, to 20. And a hard run down to the 15-yard line. First down, Raiders.
Nice run by the running back there. You see they ran that play where they kind of let that defensive end fly in there. He overplayed it. The left end was wide open. He was able to run outside for a big gain.
1st and 10 Harding at the Boardman 15-yard line. 7 minutes to play in the game. Frazier stays in at quarterback once again. This time Giovanni Washington's in. He gets the call. Washington up the middle. Keeps the legs pumping. He picks up 2 or 3. Looks like he gets it out to about the 13-yard line. 2nd down and 8 from there.
It's like they're going back to the Wildcat. See Frazier coming off the field.
Oh, you're good?
Second down and 8. Boardman 13-yard line. Adams with the snap. He hands it off to Washington. Washington gets nothing on that play.
Yeah, the play just took too long to develop. He was in the backfield looking for a hole. Gave that defense time to get him corralled for little to no gain there.
3rd down and 8. Ball to the 13-yard line.
We talked about that clock. Harding's going to have to score on this possession because they may not get the ball back with the way Boardman can run the football.
Well, and with those big 3rd down plays, too, it forced the Harding team to blow some of those timeouts. They're down to 1 with under 6 minutes left in the game.
Washington with the handoff, and he gets a little bit of running room. And Washington breaks free for the touchdown from the 13-yard line.
Great run by Washington. Looked like they had him a couple times, but he had a nose for the end zone, got it in. Let's see what Coach Arnold decides to do here. Down by 2 points. I think you have no choice. I think you've got to go for 2. Looks like we got an injured Raider.
It looks like that might be Alex Payophilus. I think I saw number 8 on that. What a big play for that Harding offense. Washington looks like he was boxed up in there, had a couple guys on him, and just like last week, him and Adams both, they're just 2 young runners, and they keep those legs driving, and when you do that, good things happen.
You know, we talked about this team shows a lot of character. You know, they found themselves down, couldn't stop the run from Boardman. Looks like Boardman was going to run away with it. Came out at halftime, still had no answers for him. But this team has showed a lot of character. Stayed in the game, clawed back. They're down by 2 with a chance to tie it with a 2-point conversion.
And that was Alex Payophilus. He's up and coming off under his own power, looking like he's okay there.
Well, we talked about earlier this humidity out here. You're going to see a lot of cramps, and hopefully that's all Alex has, and we're going to see him back in here for the end of the game.
Big catch to keep that drive going earlier, a couple plays ago when they brought Frazier in to throw that quick pass.
If Harding can come back and win this game, that might be the play of the game.
That certainly could be. Harding lining up for 2, try to tie this ball game up. Kayron Adams set to take the snap. He's got Giovanni Washington in the backfield with him.
Watch a little pass, somebody slip out of the backfield.
They give us to Washington. Washington's in, he keeps driving.
I think he's in.
And Washington drives it in for the 2-point conversion. We have a tie ball game.
What a run. He should have been stopped in the backfield. determination got him into the end zone. We got a tie game.
.5:33 to go. Harding with a 2-point conversion to tie this game at 21. Giovanni Washington that time with 2 big runs. Both times looked like it was stopped. First time for the touchdown, then for the extra point attempt. Keeps those legs driving, and now we have a tie ball game, and it's on the defense shoulders one more time.
Well, it's on the defense. You got a tie ball game. Defense have shown some signs of being able to stop that run game, but the Boardman kicker on his extra points has shown a strong leg. So 3 points is all you're going to need to win. So this defense is going to have to clamp down one more time tonight, get that ball into the offense's hands, run some clock, see if we can get a score of our own.
Harding with 1 timeout left. Boardman still has 2. They were able to force Boardman into a 3-and-out last possession. Maurice Pickard and Juwan Forte back deep for the Spartans, setting up about the 15-yard line. Mike Klaus set to kick it off for the Raiders.
I can't remember your name. Nothing's coming through the head.
Maurice Pickard, number 5,
Someone had something when I was reaching for something.
A low kick. That's going to be picked up by Pickard at about the 23-yard line. He breaks through the first line. Pickard out to the 50. Taken down at the 48-yard line.
Going to give Boardman a short field. Probably going to need about 20, 25 yards to get into field goal range.
And we have another Raider injured on the kickoff. Defense looking for a couple big stops to begin this series.
Oh, holding. Didn't see the flag out there.
That's going to back Boardman up after a nice return. Boardman looked to have good field position.
Yeah, that's from the spot of the foul. That's a big penalty. That looks like it's going to back him up to the 20 or inside. Big break for that Harding defense.
It's like Ryan Royster coming off the field. Royster's had a couple big defensive plays, so hopefully he can get back in there before too much longer. That's good to see. He's running off the field now, so maybe we'll see him again real soon. He's had a couple nice hits for this Harding defense. And that penalty takes Boardman all the way back to the 20-yard line. So that in effect is about a 28-yard holding call on the Spartans. O'Horo set to take the snap. There's a handoff to Jennings up the middle.
Well, Boardman's going back to the well. Royster's checking back in.
5-yard pickup for Dominic Jennings. Second down and 5 at the 25-yard line, coming up on 5 minutes to go in the ball game. O'Horo keeps it this time. O'Horo looking for some running room. He's got a little bit. Looks like he's going to pick up a first down for Boardman just outside the 30-yard line. Gets it out to about the 31-yard line.
You got 5 minutes to go in the game. If you're the Harding defense, you see what they're doing. It's knuckle up time. They're coming right at you. It's time to go at them and make a stop.
O'Horo checking with the Boardman sideline. Now he makes the play call. Sets back up in the shotgun. We've got a man in motion. Man in motion is going to get the ball. It's number 14. And he gets it out to about the 39-yard line. That was the gift of Noah Folletti.
They ran that play coming out of halftime. They end around with Folletti. It's another play that's been working for them. Keep on pounding the inside, pounding the inside. Next thing you know, they're popping something outside.
Second down and 1. Boardman continues to make the play calls at the line of scrimmage. No huddle offense. And this time it gives to Jennings. And Jennings bounces it out. He's going to pick up another 5 yards. Boardman first down once again. 46-yard line. Clock continues to run. Well, it's stopped now. For a chain to move. First and 10 at the Boardman 46-yard line. O'Hora with the keep. And O'Hora with a big run down to the 36-yard line. Another first down for Boardman.
Big play by the quarterback there. Runs that ball down to about the 36-yard line. They're looking at about 10, 15 more yards before they're going to be in field goal range.
First and 10 at the Raider 36-yard line. Defense needs to come up with a stop here. And there's the give up the middle to Jennings, and there's one. We needed that. Jennings picks up about 1 to the 35, second down and 9.
Jennings, the ball carrier. Now going to play by Yokoa. Second down and 9, the ball's in the 35-yard line.
Clock continues to run, 2:45 to go in the ball game. Tie ball game at 21. There's the give to Jennings once again.
Jennings, the ball carrier.
He moves a pile forward for a couple. 3rd and 6. The 32-yard line.
Assist by Jackson.
3rd and 6, you figure this is 2-down territory for Boardman. Excuse me, 4-down territory for Boardman.
Ball to the 32-yard line.
They run that end around.
There's the give.
Nobody home.
He shakes one tackle. Takes it down to the 20-yard line. Number 10, Maurice Pickard with that give. Gets it down to the 20. First and 10, Boardman at the 20-yard line.
You're looking at about a 37-yard field goal from here. Still plenty of time left. But remember, early on in the game, Boardman had some problems holding on to the ball. Right now, it looks like they're still going from shotgun. O'Hara had a problem handling a couple of those snaps. Let's see if they have any mistakes late in the game.
O'Hara with the keeper to the 15. He gets dragged down at about the 12-yard line.
That clock's going to continue to run. You see that Boardman kicker over there on the sideline warming up.
Troy Jakovic on the stop. Second down and 2 at the Harding 12-yard line. Jennings gets the ball. And Dominic Jennings looks like he powers it in. No, he's going to be a little bit short. That's going to be first and goal, Boardman at the Harding 1-yard line.
You know, there's a decision you got to make as a coach right here. If you feel that they're going to get a field goal regardless, do you let them score, give yourself at least that minute left with the one timeout, see if one of those backs can break a big run to tie it back up for you. Because at this point, I think Boardman's just going to be satisfied with running that clock down, having the last play of the game on either a field goal or giving the ball to that big back out of the backfield to put this game away.
Coming up on 40 seconds to go in the ball game, and O'Hara with the quarterback sneak. Looks like he got enough, and there's the signal. Touchdown, Boardman, 33 seconds to play. Boardman takes a 27-21 lead. Harding has one timeout and 33 seconds to work with.
33 seconds to work with. Boardman did what they had to do. They drove the ball down the field. Nothing fancy. What they've been doing all night long. Just good, hard-nosed football, running it right at the Harding defense. But with 33 seconds left in the game, when you got athletes like Harding does, this game is not over yet, Tom.
Yeah, we have a flag on the extra point attempt. That's going to be offsides on the Harding defense. So we'll see if Boardman elects to kick or.
Dead ball, I think they're going to have to kick it again. Or can you decline that?
Boardman's going to line up to kick it once again off the encroachment penalty.
Oh boy.
And the kick is up, and it's good. 33 seconds to go in the ball game. Boardman Spartans 28 and the Harding Raiders 21. Harding has one timeout to play with.
Well, we're going to see if we can see something magical here tonight on this Friday night at Mollenkopf Stadium. But I'll tell you, Tom, no different than last week. We watched this Harding team claw themselves back into the game when it looked like, Boardman was just going to take control of the game with that strong running game that they had. But they showed a lot of heart, a lot of character. I'm excited to watch this last 33 seconds. Like I said, when you got two guys back there like number 2 and number 5, this game's far from over right now. Still have some time left.
If Harding can get any kind of return and get some decent field position, a lot of things can happen with 20, 30 seconds to go. They got a timeout to play with. The chains move on first down, so they've got a few plays that they can use.
Well, Boardman's got to be careful on this kickoff as well. There's a lot of speed back there, not just the two guys back deep, but also two of the up guys. You've got a lot of speed back there. They could definitely do something on this kickoff.
And another grounder, taking it to 26-yard line. Gets it out to about the 30. 32, Tyler Day scoops that one up. 30 seconds to go in the ball game. Harding with one timeout, 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. They need a touchdown to keep this one going.
Well, and it's a tough position. Obviously with 30 seconds left, tradition tells you that you got to put the ball in the air. But Harding's proven to be more dominant with that quick, explosive running game they have. So we'll see what the coaches pull up on this play.
They do bring Sterling Frazier back out in the quarterback position. He's got Kayron Adams to his right, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. And they're going to go to the air early in this drive. Frazier rolling right. He picks up a few. It gets it out of bounds. It stops the clock. Gets about 3. 2nd down and 7.
Smart play by Frazier. If you don't see anything open downfield, don't try to force it.
Terrion Jackson to the near sideline. 3 receivers left. Frazier back in the game against the little quarterback. Frazier rolling to his left this time. He's forced out of the pocket. And that is almost picked off by Boardman.
Frazier was under a lot of pressure on that play. Probably would have been better for him just to throw it out of bounds or just to run out of bounds. Got away with a questionable throw there.
3rd and 7 at the 33-yard line. No doubt 4-down situation for Raiders. They got 2 downs to get this first. 20 seconds to go in the ball game. They still have a timeout. Terrion Jackson goes wide left. Theophilus, Wilson, and Jakovic, it looks like, on the near side. Frazier throws it up for Terrion Jackson. Oh, it's in Jackson's hands. He can't haul it in.
Looked like that was the matchup they were looking for. Ran a nice fade. Quarterback threw the ball where it needed to be. Unfortunately, he couldn't come up with the catch. We're going to come down to 4th and 7.
And this is the ball game right here for Warren Harding, down 28-21, 15 seconds to go. 4th and 7 at their own 33-yard line. 3 receivers left. Frazier puts it up near, looking again for Terrion Jackson.
Coverage.
And that ball is going to be picked off by Boardman at the 38-yard line. Number 10, Maurice Pickard, gets it back to the Harding 43. 3 seconds to go. That's going to do it.
Interception on the play by number 10, Pickard.
Well, Harding's going to come up a little short this game. Played a great game, coming back. Showed a lot of heart. You know, like I say, we still look at a lot of those starting offensive linemen. I see Samonjay Warfield out there, a junior. I see the 2 running backs, Kayron Adams and Giovanni Washington, a junior. You've got Alex Payavalis, who made one heck of a catch tonight, junior coming back. This team's got a lot to look forward to. They're building a lot of character this year. Going to be real exciting to see what this team can do in the years coming.
Boardman in the victory formation. They'll take a knee, and that'll do it for this evening. O'Hora takes a knee, and there the clock runs down. Boardman's going to come out of here with a 28-21 victory over the Harding Raiders. Raiders are going to drop to 1-5 on the season. Boardman's going to up their record to 4-3. That ends the homestand for Harding. They're on the road for the next 2 weeks till they finally finish up at home for the last game of the season.
Well, it's not going to get any easier next week against Mooney. You know, Mooney's going to come prepared. Hopefully Harding can take this game, and they did show a lot of good signs. A lot of pressure they got on the quarterback, but they faced a big, strong running back, a big, strong quarterback that was just able to wear them down over the game. But once again, they never gave up. And I'm telling you, that type of fight is going to prove itself to be the best thing that could happen for this team moving forward, because there's too much talent on this team for them to continue not to be able to win. I'm real excited to see this team in the future as we go forward.
The Raiders stayed in a ball game that very easily could have gotten out of hand for them, the way Boardman was running that ball in the first half, and they came out and had a big stop in the third quarter, allowed them to get back in the ball game and tie it up. Giovanni Washington with 2 just huge runs, just nothing but determination to get that ball game tied up and gave themselves a chance at the end.
Yeah, real proud of the kids tonight and everything that they were able to. They left it all out on the field. Nothing to be ashamed of. This isn't a bad Boardman team. You come in tomorrow morning, watch the films, learn from them, move on, get ready for Mooney next week.
Okay. Well, once again, Raider Nation, that's going to do it for Mollenkopf Stadium. Boardman pulls out a 28-21 victory over the Raiders. And so for Eddie Colbert, this is Tom Bird. Eddie, once again, it's a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, Tom.